This is going to be a big episode, a big episode. I'm sorry for missing last week. Couldn't be helped. Very busy last week, but I've got one in the can for you this week. And of course, we have that big Women's World Championship match. But stick around for Rampage. Dream match? Kind of. Never been done in AEW, I guess. Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the AEW 2022 save right here on the channel. We are flying through now, we are building up and we're looking good. We're putting some good little storylines, good matches so far. Maybe this week we take it to that next level. Yes, Dynamite's going to be good. We've got that Women's World title match. We've got other matches to build to. We've got the world title on the line next week. This week, main event will be Bryan Danielson versus Pac. But Rampage... Oh, I'm excited for Rampage. You wait till you see that one. Let's get straight to it, to Dynamite. If you like the video already, drop a like on it. Subscribe to the channel. Don't miss a thing. Drop a comment down below. Any feuds, any ideas you want me to do? Let's see if we can work it in. And let's get on with it. AEW Dynamite. It's Friday. You know what that means. Dynamite and Rampage for us. Let's go. Okay, the pre-show then, and we start with the Varsity Blondes taking on the Gun Club for Dynamite. Varsity Blondes are an interesting one. We're starting to use them in storylines. We'll see more of them throughout over the next few weeks. So it's an interesting team right now for this save. 29 for this one as they defeat the Gun Club, Brian Pillman Jr. Pinning Austin Gunn with a Tornado DDT. The performances are about what you'd expect. Brian Pillman's the star. This is no surprise, Brian Pillman Jr. Really interesting that Pillman and Garrison have absolutely zero chemistry as partners. So this tag team, matter of fact, in this particular save, is not going to work. We're going to have to find a way to split them up earlier than I would have planned. But maybe it's something we can do. 29 though, it's fine. Yeah, there's a lot of work to do with all these guys. They're the future of the business in a lot of ways. So we can build around them and we can go forward. Second pre-show match for a 41. Riho gets a win over Rebel. Riho carrying it, despite being off for a game. So she's someone we really need to get behind a little bit more. 10 minutes or so. Northern Lights suplex. Riho gets the win. Absolutely fine. Riho not quite involved in the storylines at the moment, but we could bring her in. A lot of talent in this division, so that's good. Talking about a lot of talent in division, let's open Dynamite with a big title match. Yes, it's not main eventing because the game just doesn't have the popularity in the women's division to do it. But we're going to open the show with the AEW Women's World Championship. Dr. Britt Baker gets her rematch against Thunder Rosa. It's going to be a big match. Let's see what it can do. Your winner. And still AEW Women's World Champion Thunder Rosa. Of course, we keep the title on Thunder Rosa. They have great chemistry. Boosted their match. Got a 63. Really good match to open the show. Britt Baker 59. Thunder Rosa 60. And look, this is her first defensive title. It was the obligatory rematch in a way for Britt Baker. Britt's not going to be out of the title hunt necessarily, but Thunder Rosa now as champion is where we're going forward. So yeah, she needed this big win on Dynamite. She got that big win. 19 minutes we gave it. The La Rosa did the business. I'm really pleased with this. Really good. 63. Now these are two pillars of the women's division that we can sort of separate a little bit. Maybe bring them back together at times, but separate a little bit and boost the whole division as a whole. So yeah, Thunder Rosa will carry the strap now and see how it goes. Post-match, well, maybe somebody stepped up as the first challenger as Hikaru Shida stands in the ring opposite Thunder Rosa and seemingly, visually, is stepping up to be the next challenger for the AEW Women's World Championship. Hikaru Shida wants the championship. So yeah, 50 for this is not bad. Probably could have scripted them both. Would have helped. I need to start scripting people more because when they're at this level, they need a little bit of work at times. So yeah, could have potentially scripted them, but that's okay. Backstage, Adam Cole is cutting a promo when he's interrupted by Jungle Express and Christian for a 66. They talk about the fact that Red Dragon have been hinting that they want a shot at the titles. Adam Cole in particular has had his issues with Jungle Boy, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus. And well, the tag champs and their friend Christian make the challenge. They say, listen, I think you've got your problems, but I also think we want a piece of either Red Dragon or the Young Bucks. We want a team to step up. We're giving them an opportunity. So how's about this? It'll be Adam Cole and two partners of his choosing against Jungle Boy, Christian Cage and Luchasaurus on Rampage. The challenge is May 66. Really good stuff. Really good. Christian, the one that let it down, weirdly. Christian, the one that let it down. But yeah, really pleased with this. Adam Cole boosting it. Who will Adam Cole pick? Will it be the Young Bucks? Will it be Red Dragon? We'll find out, I suppose, later on in the show. Okay, we're going to do a 76 segment here as Hangman Adam Page, a sit-down interview, pre-recorded sit-down interview with Tony Schiavone, talking about Miro and talking about the AEW World Championship match next week. He says, look, he accepts Miro's challenge. That's been made clear. The match has already been made official. He accepts Miro's challenge, and he will put the title on the line next week. He says, Miro, you're good, but you're just not good enough to beat the Cowboy. And that's a comment that Miro's heard throughout his career, his WWE career and his AEW career. You're good, but you're just not the guy. And that is going to enrage Miro. And as we see, Miro is now in the ring during this. He's come to the ring during this because he's in action next. He's been watching and now he has lost it. He's not happy after Hangman Adam Page's response, Hangman Adam Page's comments here. So, poor Trent. That's right, we do. Miro destroying Trent for a 39. They didn't click and it made for an awkward bout, which is a shame because actually you were looking at a sort of 45, maybe 50. But it was short. Miro defeated Trent with a game over submission. Yeah, no problem at all with this. He is enraged by the Hangman's comment and he really takes it out on Trent Beretta. And post-match, it's not just Trent Beretta he takes it out on, it's the rest of the best friends. Miro looks unstoppable, but one man comes down to try and stop him. Hangman Adam Page runs down for the save. Officials flock out of the locker room to split the two up. Look, Miro's laid to waste. Miro, Trent, Chuck Taylor, Wheeler Yuta and Orange Cassidy. But of course Adam Page is the one guy that Miro, well, he may not get what he wants from him. 59 is okay, considering we've got the best friends in there as well. Just some last minute build towards next week. It's going to be a big AEW World title match. I'm excited for that one. Miro and Adam Page should be very, very interesting. Okay, we'll go from that to an in-ring promo from CM Punk. CM Punk says, look, I've been here for a little while now, and the buzz, in a way, is starting to wear off. It's not rare. It's not an amazing sight right now. Just the fact that I'm here inside this wrestling ring in this business. So I want to make more amazing sights. I want to make dreams come true. And I've got my eye on someone who, quite frankly, is an amazing professional wrestler. A champion who is really taking this company by storm. So Sammy Guevara, I want you to come out here right now because I've got a challenge. CM Punk is challenging Sammy Guevara for the TNT title. Sammy comes out and seems to like the idea, but before he can go much further, Chris Jericho is by his side. And Jericho's offended here. Jericho is super offended that CM Punk wants to challenge someone like his friend, wants to go after his friend's title. Jericho is going to protect his friend. At least that's what he says. Jericho says, it's not going to happen, and I'm going to teach you a lesson. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to teach you a lesson. I know we've got history, and I know the history may not necessarily be great for me, but I know that Sammy Guevara, not in your league, sunshine. So how's about this? Rampage. CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. And I will get rid of any TNT title ambitions you've got. If you can beat me, well, maybe you'll get an opportunity. But when I destroy you, you will go back where you came from. Chris Jericho sticking up for his friend Sammy Guevara, but also making it all about him is what you'd say. A big match. Talk about a big match made for Rampage. We're going to do CM Punk versus Chris Jericho. Oh, that's right. Okay, backstage we go to the Young Bucks, where Adam Cole approaches them and says... No, sorry, the Young Bucks approach Adam Cole. The Young Bucks want to be his partners on Rampage. They make this very clear. They say, look, we want those tag team championships. The best way for us to do that is to team with you on Friday and pin the tag team champions. So you need partners. Consider us in. The Young Bucks want in. Will they get the nod? We will find out later on. Okay, we went back to the ring, went to tag action. MJF will be teaming with Wardlow against Proud and Powerful for 65. That's a very good match for these guys. Well done. MJF carrying it with a 65. Wardlow, the weak link with 46, but 59 apiece for Santana and Ortiz. They're a team we really can use in these sort of mid-card, upper mid-card matches, which is really nice. MJF gets the win, pinning Ortiz with a swanton bomb. Sure. I've got that MJF get the win. After FTR interfere, I don't know why that's not been put in here. This game does this at times. FTR get the interference. They come down, they distract Proud and Powerful, and it leads to MJF getting the win over Ortiz. Not a problem with that one. Okay, post-match, MJF gets on the mic and he talks about Eddie Kingston for a 69. He says quite simply, Eddie, I want to see how tough you really are. You think you want to be in a ring with a tough guy like MJF? Let's just see what you can do. So how's about this? Next week, you find yourself a couple of partners, because I want you to show your toughness in a 6-man tables match against Sean Spears and FTR. Good luck. The challenge made out from MJF. Will Eddie Kingston accept? Will he have partners? We'll find out. But yeah, that should be a interesting match for next week. 69. Really good promo again from MJF. Not surprised. But yeah, for the game, we're doing well so far. It's been a good episode so far. Hopefully that can continue. Backstage, Bryan Danielson is talking to Jon Moxley for a 70. Danielson congratulates Moxley on his win on Rampage when he was teaming with the Varsity Blondes. And he says, you know what? I was impressed with them. I liked what I saw. But I think I want to test them myself. So Danielson says, how's about this? I'm going to go and talk to Tony Khan. And I want a match next week. Bryan Danielson and Jay Lethal against the Varsity Blondes. Danielson wants to see what the Varsity Blondes have really got, and he wants to be the opponent to do it on. So let's see what they can do. 70, yeah, building again and again. Okay, let's go back to the ring. Layla Hirsch gets a win over Chris Statlander for a 41. This isn't bad. 45 from Chris Statlander, 34 for Layla Hirsch. Hopefully the win over Chris Statlander is going to boost Layla Hirsch a bit more. I want to start pushing Layla Hirsch. There's a lot of potential to her. And a moonsault and a win. Yeah, absolutely fine. We'll see more from her later. A clean win for Layla Hirsch is not a problem here. Good stuff from Layla Hirsch. Okay, backstage, Proud and Powerful approach Eddie Kingston. They want some more of FTR after what they did earlier tonight, where FTR cost them the victory. They say, you want partners? You got it. So that's right. Next week, FTR and Sean Spears against Eddie Kingston and Proud and Powerful in the 6-man tables match. 63 for these guys. Really good again. It's been a good show tonight so far in the Northwest. Hopefully we can continue that as we approach towards the main event. A couple more backstage segments. We heard the Young Bucks make their case earlier. Red Dragon also made their case to Adam Cole that they should be the partners. They said, look, I know I heard that the Young Bucks won in. They want the titles as well. But how's about this? The last time you were going after the AEW World Championship, the Young Bucks cost you the titles. That's the way the Red Dragon are spinning it to Adam Cole. And just planting a thought in his head that maybe the Young Bucks haven't quite got his back. We'll see where that goes on Rampage. 68, really good stuff. We hear a commotion. There's something happening down the corridor. And Layla Hirsch is putting the boots to Hikaru Shida. She'd beaten down Hikaru Shida backstage. And one woman sat there watching with a smile on her face is Serena Deeb. Has Serena Deeb just grabbed a new protege in Layla Hirsch? Yeah, I'm going to pair the two together, Layla Hirsch and Serena Deeb. I think it's a nice call, and we can go against Hikaru Shida, who rejected Serena Deeb, of course. And it just boosts Layla Hirsch. Getting a 42 in this is not bad at all. Right, let's get on to the main event then. We know what it's going to be. It is Bryan Danielson versus Pac. Pac was wronged by Jay Lethal on the orders of Danielson in a way, as Lethal aligned himself with Bryan Danielson on Rampage a few weeks ago. So now we try and put that right. It's Danielson versus Pac. Can Pac get his revenge on Danielson? We will find out. The main event of Rampage, Dynamite, gets a 79. Great match. It dragged a little at the end. It was probably a little tad too long, but Danielson puts in an 82. Pac with a 66 gets us a 79. That is up there. As I think it might be Dynamite match of the save so far, at least. Well, it's a great match. Great match. I don't want to try to say that. It's a dream match as well. Danielson and Pac, two guys that would kill it in the ring together, and they have. Bryan Danielson gets the clean win over Pac. He's the guy that we're going to push towards that next level more and more. And yeah, it's clean as well. It's clean. That ends up Dynamite. Danielson and Lethal celebrating in the ring. Pac won't be quite done with Joe Lethal, of course, but right now Danielson's on a roll. So let's see what Dynamite gets. We get a 71. Ho, ho, ho. What a Dynamite. What a Dynamite that is. Our best show. Clearly our best show of the save so far, helped by some really good segments. 76 there, a 70 there, and a 79 main event boosted everything. But everything else was all pretty good. Like the lowest thing on the actual main show was Miro and Trent, weirdly. Interesting. We're going to do a Rampage, of course, with that big 6-man tag and that big main event. So hopefully we continue a big week. 71. I'm very pleased. Okay, then it's Friday. You know what that means. AEW Rampage comes to you from New England, somewhere in New England. And we kick off the pre-show with John Silver against Powerhouse Hobbs for a 48. Really good performance from John Silver, putting in a 52. Powerhouse Hobbs 38. Off his game a little bit, actually. But yeah, 9:32 is all they got. And a frog splash from I want to see it. I want to see it. Link me that. If that's real, link me that. Fine. Right, okay. Powerhouse Hobbs gets the win over John Silver on the pre-show. Also on the pre-show, the Private Party defeat the Dark Order. Not a good night on the pre-show for the Dark Order, but they're there to put some guys over to see if we can do these matches on the main show. And for 50, we definitely could. 48 from Stu Grayson. Isaiah Cassidy leading the way with a 52 and a 45 for Evil Uno, who's off his game, and the same for Mark Quinn. Yeah, fine. Absolutely fine. But let's kick off Rampage with, a 6-man tag team action. It's Adam Cole and Adam Cole. Well, I can tell you now, he's teaming up with Red Dragon. He's not chose the Young Bucks. He's chose Red Dragon against Jungle Express and Christian for a 67. Adam Cole pinning Christian Cage as well, getting a win over Christian. It's a pretty good match. 67 from Christian, 67 from Adam Cole, 63 from Jungle Book, 60 from Kyle O'Reilly, and then 48 from Luchasaurus, 45 from Bobby Fish. So sort of each team had someone on a similar level, which is probably how you want these 6-man tags to go, if we're really honest. Adam Cole choosing Red Dragon, then Red Dragon maybe got in his head a little bit. The Young Bucks, you would imagine, will not be happy with that, but Adam Cole picking up a big win, and Red Dragon can now claim they're beaten the tag team champions. In theory, right? Kind of. Well, they're not the only team that are hunting after these tag team championships, as we find out post-match. Red Dragon, Adam Cole leave celebrating, leaving Cage, Luchasaurus, and Jungle Boy in the ring for a beatdown from the House of Black. That's right, the House of Black are going to go after the tag team championships. Seems logical to me. 6-man down the line would be available too. 56 for this is really good. The House of Black lay out the Jungle Express. And yeah, exactly what you'd expect. Exactly what you would expect. It's 56. Absolutely fine. Backstage, Sammy Guevara is talking to Chris Jericho for 65. I scripted Sammy but didn't script Jericho, which is interesting. Maybe I shouldn't have scripted Sammy. We'll see. Sammy says, look, Chris, I appreciate what you said on Dynamite. I appreciate you sticking up for me as my friend. But I got to tell you, if CM Punk deserves an opportunity at the TNT Championship, if he beats you tonight and proves that he deserves an opportunity, he's going to get it. Sammy Guevara saying quite simply that if Punk wants an opportunity and Punk deserves an opportunity, Punk's going to get an opportunity. So Jericho, well, Jericho needs to stop that tonight in theory. Will he? We'll find out later on. Lance Archer's in the ring now. He's destroyed Keith Lee, of course, a couple of weeks ago on Dynamite in his TNT Championship match. It cost Keith Lee the TNT title. So we're going to get an explanation of that from Jake Roberts on commentary, who will explain that, you know, Lance Archer wants to go for the biggest dog in the yard, so to speak. Keith Lee walks in here thinking he's the biggest star. Lance Archer will always be the biggest star, the biggest man, the biggest threat in AEW, and he's going to prove it. He takes on Bear Boulder in a squash match. Lance Archer squashes Bear Boulder here. 419 is all it got. 58 from Archer, 35 from Bear Boulder. Making 39 is a bit harsh, if I'm really honest, but it was short. It was a domination, and Lance Archer showed off what he can do against a big man like Bear Boulder. We could have put anyone in this spot. We could have put Fuego del Sol or someone from the Nightmare family, but you know what? Bear Boulder with his size, Lance Archer pushing him about, a preview potentially of what he could do to Keith Lee, and that's the idea of what we're going with here. Post-match, Keith Lee comes out for a fight, but Jake Roberts interferes, distracts him, and that allows Lance Archer to take control, and he hits his finisher, basically the Razor's Edge, whatever it's called, through the announce table on Keith Lee. Big bump from big blokes, but yeah, 59, it's good. He's good, solid, good. Okay, Adam Cole, he's ready to celebrate. He's got a big win. He wants to celebrate with his friends, the Young Bucks. And yeah, well, it doesn't go well. The Young Bucks just look at him very angry, very disappointed, and they walk away from Adam Cole. There are problems in the Super Click, and it is not going Adam Cole's way. Okay, Jade Cargill cuts a promo on Anna Jay for a 35. Okay, she did well off script though. She says, you know what? I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to enjoy watching Nyla Rose destroy Anna Jay, because that's the match next, Anna Jay versus Nyla Rose. And we start telling the story that Nyla Rose is just got to be too much for Anna Jay. Anna Jay hasn't got the experience, the in-ring prowess yet to deal with someone and the power of Nyla Rose. But during the match, Anna Jay surprises everyone, consistently fights in there, good counters, she kicks out at some big spots, and Jade Cargill storms down to the ring, disappointed and frustrated with what's happening, tries to get herself involved, and in pro wrestling fashion, it backfires, leading to the roll-up from Anna Jay. 1, 2, 3. Anna Jay beats Nyla Rose. We're giving it just about 6 minutes, and it did pretty well, actually, for a 40 for these two. 40 is solid stuff. Anna Jay 35, Nyla Rose 41, and the botched interference from Jade Cargill means Anna Jay gets a big victory and potentially puts herself into TBS Championship territory with a big win. Okay, backstage, Ruby Soho is approaching Britt Baker for a 53. She says she wants Britt Baker, she wants to fight right now. Baker says, you know what, you want to fight? How's about this? Next week, Ruby Soho versus Jamie Hayter. Britt Baker offers up Jamie Hayter as an option next week on Rampage. 53, so that'll be a match for next week. CM Punk has a promo on Chris Jericho ahead of the main event for a 69. He says, you know what, Jericho, it's time to do this all over again. A little nod at their previous matches, of course. So let's see how this goes. Will Punk put himself into TNT title contention, or will Chris Jericho save his friend from a big match, potentially? It's Punk and Jericho in the main event of Rampage for a 76. Cracking match again. 2 big main events this week. 2 big main events that have succeeded. You expected this one too as well. Jericho a little low actually at 69. 78 from Punk, really carrying it. CM Punk defeats Chris Jericho with a go to sleep inside 13 minutes. So we didn't give it too much time. These guys are a little bit on the elderly side. That's harsh. A little bit on the veteran side now. So you don't want to give this sort of 18, 19 minutes for it to struggle. So yeah, Punk beats Chris Jericho. And maybe Sammy Guevara will be his next target. That means Rampage should be our best Rampage yet, if I'm really honest. Gets a 64. I'll double check it, but I'm pretty sure that is our best Rampage yet. It's nice in a way, because we've got the star power in the main event, we've got star power in the opener, and then in between we're building guys. We're building Lance Archer up, we're building Anna Jay, we're building other people like, having Nyla Rose involved is really nice. So yeah, I'm pleased with what we've done here. We've had a good week. A good week indeed. A stellar Dynamite, a pretty good Rampage. Sets us up now going forward in a good way. We've got lots of interesting top feuds, but also some in the mid-card and whatnot that are just moving along quite nicely. I'm talking Keith Lee, Lance Archer. I'm talking the tag team titles in there. Things we can do going forward to make some good angles and good matches. So next week's going to be a big one. Dynamite-wise, we're looking at that 6-man tag, which should be very interesting. And of course, in the main event of AEW Dynamite next week is the World Championship on the line as Hangman Adam Page defends against Miro. You don't want to miss it. If you like the video, drop a like on it now. Subscribe to the channel for a whole lot more. See you next Friday, AEW fans. But if you want more TEW, of course, back on Monday with the WWE 2004 Network Save. Until next time, peace.